Hello my friends, welcome to the channel today, your channel for fun and adventure in the outdoors. What's going on? We got the gasser out. Awesome. And basically this video is all about testing, man. We took a spill, but oh well. Yeah, today we're testing a few things. One, I created some saddlebags for the bike because the weight was way too high before. If you'll remember, I'll show you a picture here. The weight was just up way too high, so I took a couple of old backpacks and I cut the straps and I sewed them together with zip ties, just to be able to throw them over the rack, and then I have room to put little stuff up on top, so that's all right. So we're testing that system out. It's just good to get back out on the gasser anyways. My winter sleeping pad, I've been patching holes in it, so it's time to get it tested. Make sure it holds air for the whole night, sort of thing. I have a tent, and I'll get more into that. I have a different tent that I want to test out. It's a tent that was given to me so that I could give it away. And like I said, we'll get into that, but you know, there's a couple problems with giving something away at the church where I volunteer at. Is you have to be careful of who you're offending and who you're not offending. So we're still trying to figure out what our best plan for that is. And of course, I got the Whisper Light gas stove out, the white gas stove. So we're gonna be cooking some meals on that tonight in the morning. Some coffee. Oh yeah, I got some coffee. So. Can't see you guys in the morning without coffee. Sorry, that sun's probably right in your face. If you guys remember, winter backpacking or hiking a Taste of the Prairies, this is that same trail. So, in order to test the tent fully, I thought, I'll come back down here. So I'm about 4 kilometers from the trailhead, and there's another parking lot about another 4 kilometers that way. So from trailhead to 8 kilometers, there's another parking lot. And I'm trying to do this a little bit stealthy because technically you're not supposed to be camping down here. But I really don't see a lot of people that I'm going to be offending. But just in case, I didn't think that too many people would be coming from 4K just walking their dog or whatever, and not too many people will be coming this way 4K from that parking lot. So I figured somewhere right in the middle will do fine, and that's good because I brought the lock for the bike, but I don't have nothing to lock it up, and I'm gonna want it right by my tent, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to improvise a way so it doesn't fall down. I didn't bring any rope with me, or I would rope it to the ground, you know, with tent pegs or whatever. But so yeah, so I just got stopped here because I can't lean it up right now. So we got the bale hay just to lean it up, and it gives me, I can sit down here and get out of that wind a little bit. You know, the prairies, the wind is always blowing. So yeah, pretty excited. Today's the 7th of November, and it's Saturday, and it's just good to get out. It's good to get out on the gasser again. You know, because I've been hitchhiking all year, so it's just good to have some time to get out on the ride again. So just putting her through some paces, like I said, testing out some stuff, and yeah. So here in a minute. Now I did have a little problem with the bike. I'm gonna wrench on it here for a little bit. It's only 3:45 in the afternoon. Sun goes down at 5, so I'm gonna wait for about another half hour before I start setting tents and stuff up. Just in case that one person happens to come by and is offended by everything in life. So yeah. So but the bike ran well. I got a lot of weight on it. I'm trying to figure out where all my weight is, but I'm carrying all my own water. And I pre-made my coffee. I was like, either I can make coffee down there or just make it now and just reheat it. So I just did the reheating situation. We'll get into all that stuff later. But yep, that's the situation. I'm just gonna start unpacking it. I just want to take a look. I popped the chain, my drive chain off the motor This thing is a piece of junk, the chain tensioner, and I don't know what happened, but the chain jumped off it and it broke a spoke in here, and now I'm worried that I'm gonna get a flat tire. Oh, there it is right there, see? And I don't want that rubbing on that tube in there, so what I think I might do is see if I can't cut the son of a bitch right out of there. I don't know, but I don't think I'm gonna make it home. I'm about 25 kilometers from home, so yeah, there's another one. I got 2 broken ones, see that? So I'm gonna have to get that wheel off, and I'm gonna have to take care of them. But stuff happens, man. Stuff happens. So, but I'm gonna have to find a different way, a better chain tensioner on this thing, because that's the second time I've had trouble with it, and I don't want to do long trips and have trouble with anything, you know. So, yeah, looks like I'm in for a new rim. So, but I got an extra one at home anyway. So, but anyways, yep, that's the plan. This is the trip. We're just out testing some gear, testing the stove, tent. I was, talking about the tent. It's a single wall tent. Haven't been in a single wall tent since 2016. That was my pup tent. So, yeah, still testing some gears. Gonna try to figure out what works best for me coming into wintertime camping. So, yeah, here comes somebody on a bike or something now. So it's a good thing that I'm not setting up tents just yet. But, alright guys, I'm going to wrench on the bike for a little bit and we'll get back to you. Okay guys, well the sun is pretty much set now, as you can see. So I'm not anticipating too many more people coming down the trail. So we got the tent set up. I got 5 broken spokes on the bike. And I'm not going to take all 5 spokes out. Take the tube out. Either I make it home or I don't. It is whatever. So, and funny, this bale of hay used to sit right here. And I threw my back into it to roll it down the hill, because I can't put my tent here. That's out of the question. Looks like coyote shit. There's a lot of coyotes out here, so maybe we'll hear them yapping later. But I can't put my tent up there. I could put it down here, but I want something for the bike to lean on, and I can lock it to itself. So I just put my back into it and I got this sucker rolled down the hill. So now my bike can sit right here, right outside the door. Got a new book for my birthday. It was sent to me in the mail, and I got it on my birthday, which was awesome. Looks like a fabulous book. I haven't been able to get into it yet, but tonight is a perfect night. Canadian Rockies Trail Guide. I've never had one before, seen one, and super stoked. And plan is to be putting this book into use next year, come spring. So, or summer maybe. But I thank you for the gift. You know who you are. I'm not going to let no cats out of the bag at this point in the game. But I do thank you. It's awesome, and I finally got some time I can sit and lay back and crack the binding on it, so to speak. You know, so awesome. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask you guys. How'd you like the Remembrance Day ceremony that I put together? That was something that's pretty true and dear to me in my heart and my thinking. So I hope that it was appreciated. Yeah. Oh, here's a fun fact for you. There are over 1,400 Royal Canadian Legions in Canada. Royal Canadian Legion was founded in 1925, right here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. #1 Legion is on Sargent Avenue in Winnipeg, Manitoba. That's pretty kicking. Pretty kicking. So, yeah, just in this tiny little tent here. And I'm really glad that I brought this tent out to try it out. It's much smaller than my MSR Hubba Hubba, which is a 2-person. This is a 2-person. Although you'd be pressed to fit 2 people in here. No vestibule, so your gear would be just laying out. If the weather was inclement or just shitty, you know, trying to not put the camera or the light right on the lens there. No pockets in here or anything like that. As we can see, it has 1 hook here though, which is all right. If I could hook my headlamp on there, but it shines like away from me, and what's the point of that, right? Might as well just keep wearing it. Yeah, no pockets, like no little storage pockets. So, you know, things like my sunglasses. I like having some of that stuff in a pocket. So, like I said, this is a cheap model tent, obviously. So as far as my thinking when it comes to maybe getting like into a 1-person tent, yeah, I don't think so. I wouldn't want to sit in this little guy and ride out too many rainstorms in this in a tiny shelter like this. I mean, it's not that bad, but I mean, a 1-person would be, you know, 1-person would probably be like this, and I don't know, I would feel like I wouldn't even be able to roll over in the middle of the night, you know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure that I won't be going, because, you know, the MSR Hubba Hubba is a great tent. I just did some more repairs to it. It's a great tent, but it's gonna need to be replaced. And that's, you know, it's old. It's got a zillion nights on it, man. And yeah, it's you know, it served its purpose. It's not done yet, you know. I'll keep fixing things until I can't fix them no more. But it's time to start thinking about what would I like to get into next. Would I stay with the Hubba Hubba, or would I try something else? And I was thinking maybe a 1-person, get the weight down. But as far as it goes, a Hubba Hubba NX is only 2 pounds and something ounces. It's under 3 pounds. So, and I got lots of room, and I really like that I don't have to have the tent body with it, you know? The footprint and just the rainfly, as you've seen on my ASMR style sights and sounds of the solo backpacker. That just gives you a ton of room, man. Like, you can, four guys can sit in there, throw some cards around, with that setup, like no problem at all, right out of storm. So, yeah, I don't think I'll be jumping into any 1-person anytime soon. I like the space. I like having like my bag in here and all my gear in here, and I can fiddle with it or fart around with it or pack it up in rainy weather or inclement weather or whatever it is. So yeah, this guy wouldn't be bad if he was a little bit longer, you know, and gave you a little bit more headspace kind of thing, you know. Like, I don't know, I mean, yeah, I would ride out a storm in this, but I wouldn't necessarily want to own this one. I don't like, so, like I said, this tent was given to me to pass it forward. Now, where I volunteer at the church, see, if you give somebody something and then somebody, you know, might get offended that they didn't get something and somebody else got something. So just trying to figure that out. But I mean, it looks like it has a bomb floor in it. Like, the floor looks like it's got the bathtub floor. It looks like it's absolutely bomb proof. Like, water wouldn't be able to seep in. But we'll see in the morning when I lift my sleeping pad if there's any, I'll be able to tell right away if there's any moisture been able to come through. So, but yeah, so yeah, the bike, I'm gonna have to just dawdle it home tomorrow, you know. So I wanted to go messing around with it a little bit more, but throwing that chain off and breaking 5 of them spokes, she's time to go home and get it fixed. So we're about, I figured it out. I came 4 kilometers down the trail, so I'm just about 30 kilometers away from home, and that shouldn't be a big deal. As far as I'm concerned, it shouldn't be a big deal. And yeah, so like I say, guys, this isn't much of a video. I wanted to come out and I wanted to test. My air mattress so far is holding air. I'm sitting on it. I want to check out this tent. I want to check out how I took these bags here. I'll show you. I took these bags and I cut them here, cut the straps, and then what I did was I put 6 zip ties on each side of the straps to hold them together. This way I just got to take them and just pick them up and just throw them over the back rack and start the bike and go, you know. So I wanted to test that out. I think I'm going to have to get some heavy duty cardboard or something and put in there, just so the bag doesn't bend in towards the rear spokes of the tire or the chain or whatever. So just a few things I want to check out. Well, I also got my little radio here. This is my water bottle. It sits on the handlebars like this. So this is a USB charged radio, so I can turn it on here. And I wanted to see if I could hear it over the sound of the motorcycle. So when it's sitting like this, it sounds, yeah, I can hear it. So yeah, you know, you get them long rides, and I'm in the prairie. Sometimes there's nothing to look at. So yeah. So that worked out all right, and now that I know that like I'm able to hear it over the sound of the 2-stroke engine, I will find obviously a different place and a better way to mount it than having to tape it and untape it and tape it and untape it. So yeah, that's about it. Glad I had my toolkit with me. Stove's working okay, although it seemed to have, I don't know, it seems to be filling this, I don't know if the valve here, but I took it apart. We took it apart and we looked at it. But it doesn't seem, again, but I'm not familiar with it either, right? So this is really my first time in a tent with the stove. You know, I only lit it the one time in my backyard, just to see, you know, after we did the maintenance on it. So this is basically the first time I had the stove out. So just learning the little nuances, you know, or I guess whatever it is. Just crack it and turn it off, and then wait and see if it fills up. So it's probably operator or error, and I'm fine to accept that. But yeah. Anyways, guys, like a knothead, I brought my coffee, and I put my Sugar Twins in my bag. And I left my 2 tea bags on the darn counter in my kitchen, so unfortunately I'm without tea right now, but we got lots of water, so whatever. Just gonna kick back with my book, and I guess we're just gonna call this the end of the night, and we'll see you all for coffee in the morning. Good night. It's about 3:30 in the morning. It's raining. Alright, back to sleep I go. I don't know if you can hear that. The coyotes are howling. Back to my sleeping bag here. Right across. They're right across here. I can't get out of this tent. I had much better success this morning with the stove. Maybe a little too much pressure in the bottle. I barely opened it, and I barely have it open now. So I'm thinking maybe I put a little bit too much pressure in there. So coyotes are howling again. I don't know if you can pick it up, but there's a great gray owl over here, hooting around. Damn, I missed my big camera. That's pretty awesome. It's 25 to 6 in the morning. I got the coffee all heated up, as you seen. I showed you the stove working this morning, and yeah, it's basically I'm reading on Yoho National Park. I'm just reading a little bit of each park in this book right now, and it's exciting, man. It's exciting. So yeah, just sitting listening to the owls, which is awesome, and listening to the coyotes is just as awesome. Reading a book on hiking trails. I didn't put the lid on my coffee. I just about knocked it over. It's the only coffee I got. It's just this, and it tastes fabulous. Beautiful morning this morning. It's spitting a little bit. It's like kind of drizzly right now. And but the temperature's okay. It's probably about maybe -2. Get the lid back on that right away. So yeah, I'm just really enjoying my morning here in the tent. We'll talk about this tent later. I can tell it's hitting. These seams aren't sealed, so my sleeping bag is absolutely soaking wet. I'll shine a little light on the situation here. You can see you can see water inside the tent here. It's on my sleeping pad. It's coming in this seam right here, and probably all the way around. So I don't know. What really woke me up is the way that this hood is on here, and what the wind is blowing, pushing on this wall of the tent here. I didn't wake up to the sound of the rain. I woke up to the fear of wind blowing the rain up here, and it dripping in. Then I realized it was raining. And then I realized that was my fear, and that was at 3:30 this morning. Sorry, that was at 3:30 this morning, and yeah, so went back to sleep till I heard the coyotes. That was about 4:30. No, it's 5:30. So that'll just give you an impression on the night's sleep. So anyways, I'm gonna get back to my coffee and my book. Oh, alright guys, good morning again. For the 3rd time, maybe? 4th? I don't know. Can you see me? So there was just a hell of a racket out here, and I'm thinking that a bird of prey, either an owl or a peregrine, because there's a peregrine falcon rehabilitation center here somewhere, along the trail that I'm on, that I'm just off of. I know I showed that in the video, my winter backpacking, Taste of the Prairies, whatever, blah blah blah. So that was pretty interesting. It's you know how it always gets cold before the dawn comes up, so the temperature just started dropping there. I snuggled back in, just try to get some, stay warm. Oops, sorry, hold on a second. All right, there we go. Yeah, so it's 10 after 7 now. Sun's just starting to come up. Have a little look-see around here at the environment. The rain is kind of stopped for now. That's a good thing. So I'm gonna get some breakfast going here. Breakfast this morning is lost. Yeah, there we go. We got some oats, and inside the oats we got some maple syrup for some flavoring and some sugar this morning. Just help get that systems running, you know. Don't mind having a little bit of sugar when I'm in the backcountry. I don't eat it during the week, but when I'm out camping I don't mind it. So, alright, so we're gonna start the stove here again. And it's all about getting intimate with your equipment. So I pumped it yesterday. I think I pumped it too much. So I boiled my water this morning for my coffee, which I just finished consuming. And now we got 16 ounces of water to boil for the cereal. So we might as well, you know, got some wind blowing around here. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what we can do here. Anyways, we just want to get a little fluid in this cup. Should be pushing it in there. Whoop. There we go. We can see some fluid getting in there now. We'll spark that up. There we go. And the stove is off now. So I think that there's fluid in that tube, and the heat's going to push more of it in there. And that's what I wasn't understanding before, why it was getting so much fuel. Because I think the heat's going to just keep pushing it out of the tube in there. Got to get that tube. We got to get this tube here warm. So we'll just give it another little shot here. There we go. That's what I was doing wrong. I was opening that valve too much to start. You can see that flame's already starting to come out of the burners. So it's all about getting intimate with your gear. Whoops, that wind shield back. Now the stove's still been off. Just gonna keep letting that burn until that cup is empty. We'll give it another little shot here. There we go. And there we have it. Again, it's the reason why you don't want to cook with it inside your tent. And there it's running. All about getting intimate with your equipment, guys. Understand it. And seriously, get intimate with it. This way you know what's going on. Okay, I'm going to start boiling my breakfast water. Just getting ready to think about climbing out of the old bag here and packing up. But I want to show you a couple things on this tent. Now, other than the seams leaking, and it's small, we'll zip up the door here. So the outer door just simply gets one zipper. Right here. And these aren't YKK zippers. They're cheap white metal I don't know, Apple. They got an Apple symbol on them. I don't have a clue. So that's it right there. Now, and then this guy zips down and then across like the old 80s style pup tents, man. Just like that. So you have ventilation up here and obviously good ventilation here. But here's the thing with these cheap little zippers. All night long, you just hear these things banging against each other. And it's retarded, man. Like absolutely retarded. It drives me crazy. Like I was thinking if I had a little piece of rope, I was going to tie them together. But if I needed to get out, then I was tied in, right? So, and this would be so much better with just one zipper right here and across the bottom that you could just roll back out of the way. And this guy, same thing. If they had a zipper here and a little extra material, they could have, and see, you have to use two hands here. Sorry, I have to use two hands to get that up. A little bit more material, they could, with one zipper here, it would have had a nice little vestibule and things would have been good. And also, I was thinking, okay, this might not be bad for wintertime, but sure as shit, snow, like there's not much room between here and here. So there's no doubt that snow is going to blow up in here. And then the heat from your body and your breath is going to melt it down. If they had made this longer, or taken this front vent off, and just had a back vent, and had this cover stretch, oh, if I can stand up here. Oh, look at that sun coming up. Look at that, beautiful. Woohoo! Man, I wish I had my big camera. Oh! But had this material start here, sew it right here, and then bring it right down. And maybe even have some sort of Velcro or something that you could control the amount of venting. That would be much better. This tent is not very well thought out at all. The seams aren't sealed. You can plainly see that here. There's no seal on, like, no tape seams or anything on this thing. And, you know, this is why, like, if you were, say, going to buy something off the internet, Amazon, whatever, you'd really have to dive into the specs, the construction. You'd have to go through every little facet before ordering and paying for something and having it shipped to you, and then realize that it's crap. You know? Like, maybe as, I don't know, I can't see, I don't know. See, I also have a reputation, and I don't want to give away something to somebody that's just a total piece of crap. Like, it's no doubt that's why it was just given away to me, to give it away to somebody, but I'm really going to have to rethink that now that I've slept in it for a night. And this thing, because it doesn't, like, if it had a vestibule, you could pin it to the ground. Like, all night you hear this. It sounds like a cat is like trying to paw at something, or maybe a puppy dog is trying to like paw to get out the house or something. And so that's another one that drives me crazy. I know this camera's not going to pick it up, but there are probably like 100 geese coming. There's 1V, 2V, 3V, 4V, 5V, 6Vs. Wow, that's a lot of geese. Like, they're spread all the way across the sky, man. Oh, that's beautiful this morning. Man, I love being outdoors. What about you guys? Look at that, sun's hiding under behind them clouds. Just precious. Had breakfast to them coyotes again. I couldn't see them though. I don't know if they're down the ditch or they're up and over the other side of the berm over there. Not quite sure. But, and I don't have my eyeglasses, so I can't really see that far. I gotta get in the habit of start carrying them. But anyways, off the topic. So, that's my exposure, my first time in this tent. That's, you know, getting intimate with it again. Getting to understand your equipment. Yeah, this is absolutely no. Good heavy material for a single wall tent. I like that. But you'd have to spend a fortune on seam grip to come in here and seam grip all this. And it's not big enough as it is anyways. You know, and no vestibule. So, to me, a vestibule is absolutely important. You know, this is nice. You can open the curtains here, you know, and have the screen closed. But, like, the vestibule, I think, today is an important, integral piece of any tent for cooking or gear storage, whatever. So, yeah, and fiberglass poles once again, you know. But I mean, right out of the box, when you see these little tiny steel pegs, you pretty much know what you're in for. Nowadays, with all the aluminum and the titanium pins that are on the market today, to get tiny little steel ones like that, you pretty much know what you're getting. But I wanted to try it out, so I got some thoughts now on what type of winter tent I'd like to buy, like what I'm looking for, what features I'm looking for. This thing's got good ventilation, but it's in the wrong place. And yeah, so that's my outlook on this tent. But it does give me something that I can use what I've learned here today when looking at a winter tent. I won't be able to afford one for this winter, but hopefully for next year I can up my game with a nice winter tent to really get out of the elements and be protected, you know. 3-season tent, just not for minus 30s and minus 40s, man. It just doesn't work. I get more protection out of a tarp. So anyways, sleeping pad, we can see here, this thing didn't lose a single PSI of pressure all night long, like perfect. So we did a whole bunch of work around this valve, and thank goodness so we got to test that out. The saddlebags that I made, we realized I'm gonna just line it with some heavy cardboard, I guess, or something, just to help hold the bag, make sure it doesn't get into the wheels. So we got them all tested. We got some time with that. The tent we tested, sleeping pad we tested, and the stove. And we got to get intimate with the stove and understand how it works, or how I can work it more efficiently. So it's been a very good trip for just getting intimate with gear. And now I know what not to look at, and now I know what to look at, and little touches to make improvements. And yeah, so it's been a successful trip. I'm going to get dressed because it's that time of the day, and yeah, probably just scope around here, see if there's some wildlife, and start slowly packing up. And it's Sunday morning, it's only 7:45 in the morning, so I really don't have a lot to do, but I want to get running this bike home, just in case I got a problem with them 5 broken spokes. That's a lot of spokes to be broken. But I'll have no water weight. I've eaten all the food except for some crackers and an itchy band soup that I brought just because I didn't know what I was doing exactly. Yeah, so I will have a lot less weight, and hopefully we'll make out fine. So, all right, that's the update of the getting intimate with your gear. So we'll bring you back when site's all cleaned up. Okay guys, well, that's a wrap. We got the gasser all loaded up. And as you can see, I mean, there's not supposed to be camping down here, but nobody's seen me, and nobody can tell. So I'd say for kind of like a stealth camp sort of thing, we did all right. tested some equipment. We've seen what worked. We've seen what didn't work. We've seen little changes that we'd like to make. Better just check that tire. Look at that tire is soft. Ooh. Well, I don't know. Could be a long day. Anyways, that's a trip. We got to get intimate with our gear. And getting intimate with your gear, understanding it, understanding the little nuances, like the stove, like where it performs best in lighting. You know, like just you got to get out. You got to use the gear to understand this kind of stuff. So, just before we hit the trail, already here, there's that thing sticking up there. That's actually a marker sign. Says 4 kilometers. We'll look at that on the way out. But I just want to say one more thing, if I can set this camera here somewhere on the hay bale here. Anyways, whatever. I decided this video is for you, Shallow Hal, and take this as a direct message. Feel free. I like feedback on my channel. I like constructive criticism on my channel. But Shallow Hal, the comments that you left, yeah, they hurt my feelings. No doubt. They would. I am human, you know. So I had to think about it for a while. How I was going to handle and react to the slander and the garbage, the utter garbage that you posted on my channel. I'm not ashamed of having a broken tooth. I'm not ashamed that I'm fighting through trying to do what I want to do. See, here's the thing, Shallow Hal, is that I didn't ask for a car to run a stop sign and I wake up in the hospital with several broken bones and a smashed in face. I didn't ask for that. I also didn't ask for COVID to shut down the fucking world. At all. I didn't ask for that. So I don't know where you are, Shallow Hal, in this world. I know your name, but see, I'm going to act with a little bit more tact than you. See, here in Manitoba, we're under code red. Right now, they're humming and hawing whether they're going to install curfews on us. We have fines. We get charged $1,400, man. You have to have your muzzle with you everywhere you go in Manitoba, man. I don't know where you live, but I didn't ask for this, and I didn't ask for this. And I didn't ask for you or anybody else to be so hurtful and post that, but you posted it with your name. I don't understand that. But that just shows your character. That just shows who you are. And it shows that what you're trying to do is be a bully. And I've been bullied my whole life, man, growing up. You don't know nothing about me, bud. So this video is for you. Okay? Now, yeah, my front tooth is ugly, but you're still watching me. Only a weak person would, oh, my face got smashed in, it wasn't my fault, but now I'm going to shut down my whole life. No, I want to be a great creator on YouTube. And the only way to be a great creator on YouTube is to keep creating, man. So I'm sorry that I have a broken tooth. I'm sorry that there's not a dentist that'll take me. It's only emergency stuff, and that's only at emergency rooms right now, bud. Manitoba Public Insurance has paid me $0 for that accident. So, what, am I going to sit down and cry? Or am I going to keep chasing after my passion? I'm going to keep chasing after my dream, no matter what it takes. This is what it takes, bud, to chase a dream. Maybe I'm not going to be successful at this, but I'm willing to try, and I'm willing to fail. So this video is for you, and I hope you feel good about yourself. Please stop leaving those kind of comments on my channel, or I will block you next time. Like, seriously, I shouldn't have to block somebody for the hurtful things that you said, man. You should be ashamed of yourself, to be honest with you. But you can continue living your life however you want to live it, Shallow Hal. And I'm going to keep continuing living my life the way I see fit. You enjoy yourself, and keep enjoying my videos, bud. Don't hate on people. You know, love, inspire, and bring people up, encourage people. And that's all that I know in life is, like, don't be a hater in life. Encourage people to do even the things that you want to do but can't. You know, get somebody to chase after it and then live vicariously through them until you get the opportunity yourself. That's the way I look at things like that. So, all right, guys, that's it. Get out and stay out. See you, Shal.